Okay.
What's going on, people? It's been a couple days, I know, getting over some FA Cup hurt. I'm not going to lie. Just watching another heartbreak at Wembley. It just wasn't, I'm not going to lie, I just wasn't in the mood to just talk football after that. But here we are, we're back. We still got another 3 points that we need to play for. I know it's less than that to guarantee top 4, but I still want third place. But we're hit with some more news today, with some more, another quote-unquote curveball. Now, obviously, myself and Younes, we're going to go into what our actual feelings are about this whole situation and the statement. We're going to give our reasons why. But big up everybody that's been waiting. Younes, big up yourself. Thank you very much for joining me today. How you doing,
Thank you
bro?
for having me, bro. I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, glad you're back in and properly now. And yeah, this is interesting because I didn't expect this. I thought we were gonna come on and talk football, and now we're talking government again.
Yeah, we're back to that government. But we're gonna talk a little bit of football towards the end. I know this is gonna be a quick one, by the way, people. Probably gonna be done by 7 o'clock, the absolute latest. I know Younes has got to get off, and I've got to get to Barstool to join Troops and Zar for the Newcastle versus Arsenal game, hence why we've got a little
bit on the tune.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I decided to bring it up in this live, just to put a bit of pressure on the lads. But make sure you do smash up that like button, also subscribe if you are new, road to 10k and all of that good stuff, you get me, and leave your comments down there in the comments if you are watching this after the live. But Younes, let's get straight to business. I know you've got an article there that is discussing, apparently there could be a little a spanner in the works in this whole takeover bid for Chelsea. Care to let the people know what you got, bro?
Yeah, so apparently the government have accused Roman Abramovich of putting the club's future in doubt. This is according to Martin Ziegler of The Times, who's put out an article with Matt Lawton, saying the sale of Chelsea to a US-led consortium could be derailed by a dispute between government and Roman Abramovich over the distribution of the money. According to government insiders, the Russian billionaire is refusing to accept a sale structure proposed by the Treasury officials. So it's all in relation to that money generated from the sale, the 1.6 billion loan, the whole story about having to try and pay it out to Camberley International Investments, which is a company based out in Jersey, which has ties to Roman, so they're thinking he could put that money there and then come back to find it later because Jersey is a tax haven and Jersey is very easily accessible. It's not part of the United Kingdom's what's the political sphere, let's say. It's owned by the royal family, but it doesn't have influence from the government here, unless if the Queen approves. So it's a really weird one. It's just about where this money is going. And the government apparently are concerned that Roman is going to be accessing this money. And it's going to be going to him. When he's come out and said that it won't, but like, we've been through this story not long ago. Yeah. Roman released a statement. All of us like, okay, we get it. And now we're back in a situation where Todd Bowley's already met the team, already met the managers, men and women, met the players, been to the training ground. It's a bit like he's done things. He's had a lunch. He's been to games.
Yeah, it's been active.
And now it's like, oh, he might not even be running Chelsea Football Club. I personally think it's a non-story.
I was just about to say, because here's my thing. Look, let's not deny the realm of possibility of this happening. It's a viable possibility that it could happen. But is it a likely scenario? For me, I don't think so. I'm going to reason it. Some people are going to look at it as, okay, it's quite a naive and a basic explanation as to why. But sometimes you don't have to be too overcomplicated, I believe. And I say that to say this. Over the past week or so, we haven't really heard much on the whole transfer news, have we? I mean, on the takeover news, have we? It's really been the FA Cup, rightly so, more focused on the football and all of that. We haven't heard anything about the takeover. Now the FA Cup has been done, concluded, with no Chelsea are out of another cup. What have the papers got left to write about? Champions League is not for another couple of weeks. Manchester City are still, although they got the scare yesterday, they're still top of the table. Chelsea Football Club, let's have something to write about. Nobody knows what's going on with the takeover. Let's throw some scaremongering, because let's have it right. Is this the first time in the past couple months since we've heard all this sanction news and that
No,
we
not long
haven't been
ago.
targeted for scaremongering?
Yeah, exactly. Not long ago, we were hearing all the madness happening. Oh, luckily, this is good. Ben Jacobs has come out with info, and
Brilliant.
this is oh my god, he's written an essay.
Oh no, he usually does. That's the thing. Like, you have to have time to
wow.
read, but it's detailed. That's the thing. Is like he goes through really good detail.
He's written an essay. He's just to put it brief. That the notion of alarm in Whitehall at the Chelsea cell falling through is being denied by my Department of Culture, Media and Sports sources, which is government.
There you have it.
Abramovich has an independent advisor engaging with the government. The cell paperwork only arrived last week. There are still key points to be resolved, though. And then he goes into all the detail. Not a concern. This is
exactly. And then do you know what gives us reassurance sometimes as well? You got to wait to hear from the horse's mouth. And Roman has come out every single time there has been, like, major concern among the fan base. You saw it at the beginning. Oh, is Chelsea going to go into administration? This, that, and the other. There was extreme and hysterical thinking at that time. There was chaos. Roman came out, put out his statement. After a while, media again, they get bored. They start picking apart the statement, start putting out next stories and all that. And then he comes out again with another statement to give us reassurance.
Yep.
And if you look at the two statements, there's not really any kind of hesitation on his side. He's been quite clear. And the one prevailing message in all the statements that have come out from his side is that he's going to make sure that this club is in safe hands and in a better position potentially than when he left it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna so that's why I'm looking at it as, it's a bit of a non-story. Is it a coincidence that there's not really been any news on it and now they're starting to report these kind of stories? I think that's the situation. Good thing Ben Jacobs has come out. But thank you very much for the super chat, Abhishek Verma. Younes, why are you off Twitter? What all areas in the summer do we have to improve in? Which all players need to be binned off? Will Bowley be back? Will Bowley back Tuchel? That is a loaded super chat. There are so many questions. Younes, fire away, my friend.
Let me fire away. Point number one. I came off Twitter because it's the better choice. It's peace of mind. Twitter is terrible. I actively made that decision myself. I wasn't in a debate with anyone or anything. It literally just got to a day and I was like, I spend too much time on this. There's no benefit here. It's toxic. I'm off. So I deactivated. For the summer, I do think, there's obviously areas to improve in. What we've heard in terms of like Todd Bowley and the conversation so far is that, Chelsea are going to be active in this transfer window in a very good way. So I'm happy with that. And hopefully Tuchel gets all the men that he needs, but it's looking like he will.
We know the players that need to be binned off would be sitting here until the end of the live, unfortunately. And do you know what? To be fair, because we've only got a short amount of time, I will say, like, me and Younes, we've spoken several times about transfers, players that we think are not good enough, players that we do want to see come into the club. Have a look at some of the lives there as well. And the last question, I suppose, Younes, you can answer that real quick.
Will Bowley back Tuchel? Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I think so. And even still contractually as well, it's all been written out in a way where Bowley can't really, cheap out. Anybody can. So, I think we're in good hands. But just really about that, it's for me, it feels like a non-story. And big up Jake. He's quite right, actually. Ben Jacobs' reliability when it comes to the club news puts the media outlets to a shame. Never liked the media, but after this fiasco, I despise them, to be honest. I don't blame you, mate. And then on top of that as well, if you lot think back to, I think probably last week or the week before, Matisse actually had him on his channel and he was really, really informative. If you haven't checked that out, definitely go and check that. And in that video, he actually mentions about the deadline date, the 31st, actually, Younes, where he actually says, if things are not really in place by the 31st, the government and all parties around, they seem to be open to extending that. It's not like it's finite. Do you know what I mean? And chances
Yeah.
are, if it does go to that deadline date and there are one or two things or signatures or, you know, the payment might be delayed by a day or two, the government are going to renew that or extend it, sorry. It's a non-story. All of this is just here to scaremonger us. And I think really we're in a situation where, you know, it's fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. Do you know what I mean? You know how that saying goes. Yeah. So we
Unless you're George Bush.
Exactly. We've got to take this with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
And we've also got the insurance as well, is that Abramovich has got the respect when he does see, obviously, he's somebody around him is keeping their ears to the ground to make sure the fans are not in hysterical mode. And anything that is coming out that is sounding a bit extreme and could be true, he is coming out with statements and refuting them and letting us know his intentions to the level that he's allowed to let us know. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you can't spill the beans, everything publicly, but I think that's that with that story, really, isn't it, Younes? There's not really much else to say on it. I think giving it more light will sensationalize it even more.
No, completely, because like I literally only heard of this story 5 minutes before coming live with you and read obviously that article, seen all the things from Ben Jacobs, and now it's clear. After 10 minutes of actually knowing this story existed, we now know it's fake. Or not fake, but it's not a concern, and it's media trying to hype up one little bit of. Apparently, it's not even concern. It's possibility. It's just something that could happen, obviously, if things really went wrong. But within government, everyone's still quite optimistic. But the media, and what they like to do, pluck out one little bit of information, take that, put it into something massive, sensationalize it, and put a story out of it. And it's just, no, it's not the case. Everyone apparently is really optimistic. According to Ben Jacobs, Simon Phillips has shared some info as well. Yeah, it's a non-story.
Absolutely. I've seen a couple tweets, man. Andreas Christensen has been spammed in the chat. Now, the thing is I heard what was said. Now, here's my thing. In my mind, I want to just get this right, get this out there before, you know, people make any other assumptions. To me, Andreas Christensen is not a Chelsea player anymore. You know, he's committed to Barcelona, will be going there at the end of the season, and that is his priority. And professionally, that is supposed to be his priority. So for him to come out and quote unquote, so Younes, what was it that he? Because I want to get this right. I don't want to, you know, I've just seen like headlines here and there. I haven't really looked into too much detail because for me, again, like I've already parted with him in my mind. But what was being said about Christensen in depth?
So apparently he was in contention to be in the squad for the FA Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
And then he withdrew himself as of Saturday evening from the squad without an injury. Now, some are saying that he was feeling unwell, which seems to be a recurring theme.
It's not the first time, exactly. So this is why I'm not really surprised.
He seems to be ill every week now. Like, he seems to have some issue. We remember a few weeks ago where he came out of a game very, very last minute because of some stomach issue or whatever. And that wasn't the first time. There'd been instances in the season where that was the same reason. And then before a cup final, he's just withdrawn himself. It's not even a case of, he's unwell, they've checked him, he can't play. It's, he's told the manager, I am withdrawing myself. I can't play. And Tuchel's like, well, okay then. But yeah, the fact that he's done that, and then obviously we've heard more detail as to how it went down, how late it was, Saturday evening, Sunday, the day before of the day, so Friday evening, Saturday on the day is the final. And yeah, apparently we'd seen Thiago Silva got injured during the game. If Christensen was there, he probably would have brought on Christensen.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva played most of that game with an injury.
Yeah.
And we now know that. He went 120 minutes with an injury. So, yeah, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But he's going, and we know this. And to leave like that is...
Yeah, I mean...
Look, vibes.
Am I disappointed? Listen, I don't know what the intentions were. Did he bottle it? I don't know. Did he fake it? I don't know. Was he being genuine? I have no idea. But...
If he's being genuine, I want to say this, yeah. If he's being real, he's got an issue, he needs a hospital.
100%.
Because this is it's happening too many times. Like he's actually got a problem. If this is actually real, he's got a problem.
He needs to get it addressed 100%. But again, in my mind, he's not a Chelsea player. His mind is, you know, in Spain, possibly rightfully so. Hopefully, he continues to do a professional job at Chelsea. But if I continue to see a drop off in performances, I will not be surprised. We're at the tail end of the season. We need to get what we need to get for third place. I'm not even talking about fourth place. I think third place is ours. I just want the season to end, like I'm sure many of us do, and get this whole takeover thing concluded. But today, there is Premier League football, and the pressure is not on us. It is on Arsenal, who are just off the back of a fresh spanking from their North London rivals, Tottenham. Now they have to go over to Newcastle at St. James's Park, which, by the way, they have a good record over there.
But yeah,
however, they have a very big problem in their defensive positions. You get me? Gabriel, Mr. Sharpie Shape Up, is not going to be available. And then Rob, Saved by the Turks Holding, is not going to be available.
That's probably a good thing for Arsenal. After what he done, that was stupid what he done against Spurs.
Yep.
Like, the yellow card was late. You know, he'd already had 2 or 3 instances he should have been booked, but yeah.
And then on top of that, bruv, you see this Newcastle team that Eddie Howe has come in and just improved. Wouldn't put it past them. I'm not gonna lie. I think the way it's looking, I think Arsenal are gonna drop points. And I'm not saying it to be provocative. I actually genuinely think that Arsenal are gonna drop points.
You are just a bit.
Do you reckon Arsenal are gonna get the 3 points today?
You know what's mad? They're capable. I hope they don't. But they're capable. But Newcastle now, if Newcastle get a result, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked.
And then you see after Everton's result as well.
Yeah.
Arsenal are not out of the woods even if they do win, because Everton, if it comes down to the last day for them.
Well, yeah, it could. Absolutely. And that's where it'll be really, really tight for them.
I didn't have them down to lose against Brentford. I'll be honest with you. No disrespect to Brentford. I just thought, considering, you know, what's at stake for both teams here, Everton were more likely to turn out the result, but they didn't. They got turned over. Yep. So that makes this even more interesting. And then with the Arsenal injuries as well. Oi. Listen,
Newcastle have good quality, man. At home, that crowd, if there's one home crowd in the Premier League, which is the best, it's St. James's Park. So, yeah, it's going to be tough for them.
Prediction.
My predictions have been horrid, you know. I might play it and go Arsenal win just so they lose. But honestly, I don't know why. I think Arsenal will pull through, but at the same time, as I said, I wouldn't be shocked if Newcastle got a result. I just wouldn't. I can't call it. I'll go 1-1 because I can't call it.
I'm gonna go 2-1, and I reckon it's gonna be like 80-something minute Newcastle goal. I'm hoping. All right, now I'm sensationalizing this shit. I'm just trolling. I'm hoping this happens. Yeah, a lot of this is hope. I'm not. Listen, it would be wrong to discredit Arsenal completely. I ain't gonna do that. They could. I wouldn't be surprised if they went there and got all 3 points. To tell you the truth, I actually wouldn't. But just considering that I'm gonna be live with Troops and Czar, it's gonna be very interesting. The pressure's definitely gonna be on them. Now,
the last game is Norwich, isn't it? So
it is.
Oh man, Arsenal have to win today, because if they don't, they're finished. Tottenham will not lose to Norwich.
They won't. Absolutely not. That's the thing. I think Tottenham win now. Absolutely, this is a no-brainer. Now, just before you go, Younes.
Yep.
There was a situation that Rance did address. Yeah. And apparently, Rance is now my arch nemesis.
Okay, this is news to me. I've heard, but this is news to me.
So I have been referred to as Snorri Lanes. It's actually fucking hilarious when you watch it. Yeah, it's on Rance's channel. Lanes. Yeah, he was, because Troops had said something about Saeed, I've also spoken to Saeed off camera as well. So
Yeah.
trust me, everything's good. We're all good. But Saeed did respond to Troops. It's all news that's out there, and it was a big thing. Rance's name was mentioned. I was putting a battery in Troops' back when he was just when he was sending crud at Rance. I was putting a battery in his back. And me and Zar caught some shrapnel from Rance. But do you know what? Just to cut a long story short, I've spoken to him today anyway. There ain't nothing between me and Rance. We're cool. It's all bants. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it is, really and truly. But my man saying Lee Gunner did it. You see these little instigators in the chat. You see these little instigators. They just want it to turn into just something mad, isn't it? These little instigators in the chat. Lee Gunner didn't back you up. What was Guns supposed to do? Because Guns is my brethren and his Rance's brethren. Was he supposed to be there to take sides?
That is true.
He done what he was supposed to do. So why are you even gonna like? You see what I'm saying? Why are you even gonna bring up Lee Gunner? You see these little instigators here, fam. Mental. It is what it is. Just know, yeah. I don't do the whole take things personal here on this whole social media YouTube thing. Yeah, if that's what you are about, yeah, then you are in the wrong place completely. Unless it's something to do with my kids or the family or whatever, and someone means something, then that's different. Yeah, if I think there's immediate danger to my family, I can't say what I'm gonna do on camera. It's one of them ones, but that's any father to their family. You get me? It is what it is. Anyone can understand that. But in terms of beef and all this and that, chill out, man. Relax. But Saeed and Troops, them two will pattern that. That'll be sorted out. Them two are grown-ass men. You know what I mean? I spoke to Saeed, like I said, off camera. Proper respectful guy, man. I explained to him my side, there was no disrespect whatsoever. He knew that as well, that there was no disrespect. So between him and Troops, I'm sure you will see that there will be like it will be blown over in a couple of weeks or whatever. People forget about it. You know what I mean? That's the reality of it. Because
we can take the traditional route as we normally do on YouTube, and it ends up turning into a boxing match.
Oh, bruv.
Stateside,
that's bruv. But for me, you get me. That's all of that. It's all bants, really and truly. Man said Saeed got personal. Like I said, listen, it is what it is. Let the man them address it. You're gonna see it's a minor, grown ass men. You get me? I'm sure they'll settle it out. Saeed is blessed. Troops obviously love him to bits. That's my guy. Rants cool. You see all of these guys, I watch their content. I'm like, you see, same way as I watch you, Younes, I watch all of these, man.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you get me. It is what it is. It can never be any hate over here. It's always love. You get me? Love and banter. Never disrespect. Never take nothing personal over here. But Younes, I know you can't stay very long. What have you got up on your channel? What do you have coming up on your channel?
Well, later on, or soon. So after this little bit of time, and then I'm uploading the return of the Reddit. So today is a Reddit video that's coming up. And then in the week we keep up on what's going on elsewhere. Obviously, Liverpool play tomorrow. So the title race, they have to win that if they want to draw the gap down to a point and take it to the final day, and then keep up to date with what's going on elsewhere. And then the final weekend is the final weekend, the final day. We wrap up. I'll be doing the watch along for 3 games at once: City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. If the title race does go to the final day, so it's going to be an interesting week because there's football literally every day, I think. So yeah,
absolutely. And to the people them that are in here, obviously, just keep in tune on the channel. Make sure you switch the notifications on. I will be back to uploading at least once a day. Also, I will be over doing the watch along with Troops and Zar. Probably be in about 15 minutes into the game. Hopefully Newcastle have scored by then. But I will be there 100%. I will be there. Hopefully this is a moment I have been waiting for. So
rub it in. If they don't win,
listen, if they don't, this is the moment I've been waiting for. Everyone's like, Guni, you're so calm. There's moments where you should really be saying this and that. Listen, I wait when it counts. You know what I'm saying? I'm patient. I can wait when it counts. It's calm. Yeah, this is it. Them man are under pressure. They're sweating bullets right now. They're sweating bullets right now. I do not want to be an Arsenal fan watching this game right now. But big up everybody that is here, that has watched, that is tuned in, all of that good stuff. Everybody that has commented in the chats as well, even the instigators. Big up yourself as well. But stop instigating. Yeah, stop instigating beefs. Yeah, with somebody.
And if it's needed, I'll special guest referee. No problem.
There you go. We've got a special guest ref. You get me? But big up everyone. Make sure you do smash up the like button before you go. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are on the road to 10K, as you can see right there above. And we shall be back tomorrow. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please make sure you do stay safe. Bless.